Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Dairy Magazine, reporting to you here today with Bret Sill. He's a diversified farmer in Shafter. In addition to tree nuts, he also grows alfalfa. Often that ends up to feed for dairy farmers in the area, right?
Yes.
You're doing something really unique and interesting, right? And then some of the during the time of the year when it's a little harder to get into the field. Grazing sheep, having sheep graze in that. So can you tell us why? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, we're doing that just to bring the sheep into the alfalfa fields during this time of year when it's rainy, and we can get them to cycle that nutrients and take advantage of getting free manure and free phosphorus through their pea to help that alfalfa field for the next coming year. And so sheep is a beautiful way to get them out into the fields, and we see the benefits of what they leave behind as benefits to the field and to the crop.
I think that during this time in our economy, when fertilizers prices are at a record high, right? This is one thing that you kind of do to in the meantime to make things work. Also, are they actually the sheep that you're contracting in? Are they paying you to graze in the field? You're not paying them.
No, absolutely. They pay us to be able to graze those fields during this time period. So it's a benefit to us because we get 2 for 1. We get some revenue from the sheep, and then we also get whatever they leave behind as free nutrients.
And the alternative, because it's like some dairy producers, for example, that have their own alfalfa, might be thinking, well, we're eating away some of our alfalfa here. Is it worth it? What would you say with that regards?
Yeah, I mean, for the dairies, it just depends if that feed value is more valuable for their cows than it is for the soil health of the ground. And so we do it because we know we're going to rotate out of that alfalfa and bring it into another crop. So the more soil health that we can build throughout the year and throughout the seasons, the more benefit will come into later in the year with a different crop.
And speaking of different crops, you're going to follow that through with some corn and see how the impact that it can possibly have on increasing the productivity of future crops.
Yeah, so we took some old alfalfa fields that we might have took out this fall or maybe early in the spring after the first cutting, and what we did was come in with a diversified cover crop mix. So I went to a couple dairies and said, hey, what do you want? And hey, I want some rye, I want some wheat. And I said, okay, I want some vetch and I want some radish and some mustards, to bring some soil health. And so we're going to do a little test where we're going to sheep half of it, and we're going to see, hey, if we can cycle all those nutrients from that diverse cover crop mix, can I come in and produce a more nutrient dense corn during that corn season? And so maybe half of it we green chop for the dairy, and the other half we use the sheep to cycle those nutrients and see if we can build soil health and get a better nutrient dense corn crop in the following year.
Well, awesome. Way to think outside of the box, under the current circumstances of where we are, with the economy and such. I really hope that goes well for you, and just an idea that other, dairy feed growers and stuff have maybe not considered.
Right. Yeah. No. Stay tuned. We'll see what we can get, and we know it's not going to happen year one, but this is we're looking at a 2-3 year period and see if we can produce some more nutrient dense corn for those cows, so they can have some better feed and get some more protein.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Read more about these things in California Dairy Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.